My name is Nancy. I am 35 years old now. I want to tell you about my past. I made a very big choice when I was young. I got married when I was just 20 years old. Oliver was my husband. We met when I was 18. I thought our love was the best in the world. We were always together. We thought we knew everything about life. We did not wait. We did not think about the future deeply. We just wanted to be together forever right now. My mother told me, "Nancy, you are too young." Please wait. I did not listen to my mother. I was sure she was wrong. Love felt so strong then. We had a small wedding in the park. It was fast and cheap. Everybody said it was beautiful. But maybe beautiful is not the same as smart. We moved into a small flat quickly. It was exciting at first. I felt like a real adult. I was going to build a life with Oliver. We were going to be happy forever and ever. I truly believed this simple dream. I was very naive, I realize now. I did not know what marriage meant. I just knew I loved Oliver. I did not know who Nancy was yet. I only knew Nancy and Oliver. This was the first mistake. We were moving too fast. We were not ready for the long road. We just saw the finish line immediately. I realize now that love needs time to mature. Our love did not have enough time. Oliver found a job at a small bookshop. He liked books very much. I worked part-time at a cafe near our home. We paid the rent every month. Life was very routine. We woke up early every day. We drank coffee and then went to work. In the evening, we cooked dinner together. Sometimes we watched movies on the old television. Oliver was always happy with this simple life. He enjoyed the quiet evenings. He said, "This is perfect, Nancy. We have peace." I agreed with him, but sometimes my heart felt strange. The first year of marriage was fun. The second year was comfortable. The third year was very, very quiet. I was only 23 years old. I felt 40 years old already. I saw my old friends sometimes. They were finishing university. They were traveling to different countries. They were talking about big goals. When I talked to them, I felt a strong difference. They were planning their starts. I was living my end. I felt like my story was already written. There were no big surprises coming. I started thinking about college again. Before Oliver, I wanted to study art history. Oliver knew this dream. But when we married, we needed 2 incomes immediately. So I stopped planning for school. I stopped looking at the university catalogs. I thought, maybe it is too late now. Oliver did not understand this feeling. He was proud of our stability. He was happy we had money for the rent. I was happy too, but my mind was searching for something else. I felt a small, growing pressure inside my chest. It was the feeling of missing something important. I often stood at the window looking out. I was watching the buses full of students going downtown. I wondered what my life was going to be like if I had waited. I loved Oliver, but I really missed Nancy. I missed the time to find Nancy. One night, Oliver and I were eating dinner. It was simple pasta and salad. Oliver was talking about buying a bigger sofa. He said our current sofa was getting old. I listened to him talking about the sofa. I felt angry for a moment. I thought, is this all we talk about, furniture? I put my fork down. I looked at him. Oliver was a good man. He was honest and kind. He deserved a happy wife. I was not being a very happy wife. I asked him a big question. I said, Oliver, what if I go to university next year? Oliver stopped chewing his food. He looked surprised. He smiled a little. He thought I was joking. Nancy, that is expensive. We cannot do that now, I said, but maybe we can save money. I can take a loan. Oliver shook his head slowly. He said, why do you need school now? We have good jobs. We have our home. We are fine. We planned this life. He used the word planned a lot, but I felt like we did not plan anything. We just rushed into it. I started crying quietly at the table. I could not stop the tears. Oliver panicked immediately. He came and hugged me. What is wrong, my love? Are you sad about the cafe? I told him no. I told him I felt stuck. I told him I felt like I was still a child inside, but I was trapped in an adult life. I told him I wanted to know the world before I settled down. Oliver held me tight. He said, Nancy, I am your world. We are together. But his words did not fix the problem. They made the problem bigger. Oliver was truly ready for this adult life. He was mature enough for the commitment. I realized I was not mature enough. I had only loved the idea of being married. I did not truly understand the responsibility. This difference in our readiness created a huge space between us. It was a silent argument every single day. I was becoming restless, and Oliver was becoming worried. He did not know how to help me because he did not have the same feelings. He was happy with our simple forever. I was not ready for my forever yet. I needed my personal journey first. The turning point happened in the middle of summer. I received an email from an old university program. It was for art history. They were offering a special scholarship for students over 25 years old. This email was a sign, I thought. I printed the application form immediately. I hid the papers in a drawer under my clothes. I was afraid to show Oliver. I started going to the library after work. I told Oliver I was helping a friend at the cafe with inventory. I was lying to him for the first time in our marriage. I felt terrible about the lie. But I felt more terrible about my life without that opportunity. I was secretly studying for the entrance exam. I missed watching television with Oliver. He noticed my absence. One evening, he waited for me. I came home late, smelling of old books. Oliver was sitting on the sofa. The application papers were on the coffee table. He found them when he was putting away laundry. His face was very calm, but his eyes looked very empty. Nancy, he said quietly, what is this? I felt the blood rush from my face. I sat down opposite him. I told him everything. I told him about the scholarship. I told him I needed to try this. I told him I needed to grow up and find my own path before I could truly share a path with him. Oliver listened. He did not yell. He did not cry. He just looked at the papers and then looked at me. He said, "You are already married, Nancy. This is your path." Our path. He picked up the papers and slowly, carefully tore them in half. He did not throw them. He placed the torn pieces back on the table. It was not anger. It was deep sadness and rejection. He said, "You want to erase our last 5 years. You want to pretend we never happened." I gasped. "No, Oliver, I love you." "I just need time to be Nancy first." He looked down at his hands. "You should have been Nancy first before you married me. You married too soon. You married the idea of love, not the reality of building a life." That phrase hit me hard. You married too soon. It was the absolute truth. I looked at the torn paper and then at Oliver's heartbroken face. The simple, rushed wedding 5 years ago suddenly felt heavy and permanent. It felt like a chain. We talked until 3 a.m. that night. Every word was sharp, even when spoken softly. We were two good people who made one bad decision together. We realized our early love was immature. It was passionate, but it lacked patience and real understanding of commitment. Oliver deserved a wife who was ready. I deserved the chance to become ready. The torn papers were the end of the piece we knew. The decision was hard. It was the hardest decision of my life. We could not stay together just to keep the contract. We were going to hurt each other every day. Oliver needed a partner who was satisfied with the stability they built. I needed freedom to discover myself. We decided to separate. We did not use the word divorce immediately. We said temporary separation. We sold the old sofa and the other small things we bought together. Selling those things felt like selling pieces of our early hope. I watched Oliver pack his boxes. He was leaving our small flat. I had promised him forever. I broke that promise because I finally understood myself. I was crying uncontrollably in the kitchen. Oliver came and stood in the doorway. He did not hug me goodbye. He just looked at me sadly. He said, "I hope you find what you are looking for, Nancy." His voice was quiet and flat. That was the last time he spoke to me in our home. I felt intense, piercing regret. It was not regret for wanting school. It was regret for marrying too soon. I hurt the kindest man I knew because I was selfish and impatient. I watched him carry the last box down the stairs. The apartment was suddenly too quiet and too big. I was alone. I was single again, but I was 25 years old. I had 5 years of shared history to carry. I had the pain of Oliver's disappointment. I sat on the empty floor where the sofa used to be. The quiet was louder than any fight. I was free, but freedom felt very cold. I went to university the next year. It was difficult at first. I was older than most of the other students. But I loved studying art history. I worked very hard every day. I finished my degree 4 years later. Oliver and I did get divorced officially during my first year of school. It was necessary and mutual. It was painful, but it was honest. We see each other maybe once a year now. We are friends, simple friends. Oliver married again last year. He married a wonderful woman named Clara. Clara is stable and mature. She loves the quiet life that Oliver loves. I am happy for him now. I realize that true love is not just about strong feelings. True love needs patience. It needs maturity and self-knowledge. You cannot build a strong house without a strong foundation. I tried to build my future on sand. I learned that you must know yourself before you commit to knowing someone else forever. I am still single today. I am happy now. I am not lonely anymore. I know who Nancy is. I learned this lesson the hard way. I hurt Oliver and I hurt myself because I rushed the most important decision. If you are young, remember my story. Do not rush your life. Take your time to grow fully first. Love can wait. Self-discovery cannot wait. It is the most important journey. If you liked this story and want to learn more, subscribe to the channel and see the next story.